Who are you really? Beyond your name, your stories, your thoughts and emotions, who are you when you fall silent, when you stop holding onto the roles you play each day? This question is not an intellectual exercise. It is the doorway to inner freedom. Because if you believe you are only your ego, you will remain trapped in comparison, fear, and dissatisfaction. But if you discover your true self, you will find peace, fulfillment, and purpose. Today, we will explore this universal teaching present in all profound traditions, the difference between ego, self, and consciousness. I invite you to listen with an open mind and a silent heart, as if each word fell onto the surface of a still lake. First, observe the ego. Eckhart Tolle says, "The ego lives on comparison and separation." The ego is not bad in itself. It is simply the mental construct with which we identify. It is the collection of thoughts that say, "I am this, I am that." It is the story you tell yourself, your name, your nationality, your achievements, your failures, your opinions, your fears. All of that is part of the ego. Imagine for a moment that everything you think defines you is taken away: your job, your family, your possessions, your young or aging body, your entire biography. Who remains there, untouched, behind all those layers? In the Vedic tradition, this sense of ego is called ahamkara, which literally means the maker of I. It is the mental function that constructs individual identity and the idea that you are the doer of everything that happens. It is necessary to navigate the world, but when you forget its limited nature, you become its slave. There was once a sage in India whom a man insulted with rage. The sage looked at him with compassion and said, "Thank you for your words, but there is no one here they can reach. I am not the one you insult." Can you imagine yourself responding like this if someone criticizes you today? From where would you respond? From the wounded ego that reacts, or from the self that observes with equanimity? The word person comes from the Latin persona, the mask worn by actors in Greek and Roman theater. The ego is that social mask you wear to interact. It is functional, but it is not your ultimate truth. Now, if you set that mask aside for a moment, what do you find? Here enters the self. Ramana Maharshi said, "True happiness is your nature. It is not wrong to desire it. What is wrong is seeking it outside when it resides within you." The self is not a thought. It is not a concept you can understand with the mind. It is what you are when you stop identifying with thoughts. It is the silent presence always there, even when the mind is agitated. In many traditions, the self is called Atman, the individual soul, the spark of universal consciousness, Brahman, God, the One, the conscious source of life. Imagine yourself as a wave in the ocean. The wave has form, height, a beginning and an end like the ego, but in essence, it has always been water. It is always ocean. Let me ask you, how would your life change if you remembered that you are the entire ocean, not just the wave that appears and disappears? Buddha taught, what you think, you become. What you feel, you attract. What you imagine, you create. The mind shapes your reality, but consciousness is not the mind. Consciousness is the space in which the mind, the body, and the world appear. In Advaita Vedanta, it is said, Brahman is real, the world is an illusion, and the soul is not different from Brahman. This does not mean that material life is false, but that behind all forms and names, there is a single consciousness that permeates and sustains everything. There is a story that illustrates this. A master asked his disciple to bring some salt and dissolve it in water. Then he said, "Taste the water from the top." The disciple replied, "It's salty." "Now taste from the middle." "Still salty, master." "Taste it from the bottom." "Salty." The sage concluded, just as you cannot see the salt, but you know it is throughout the water, so is the self present throughout creation, invisible yet everywhere. Quantum physics also suggests this unity. David Bohm said, "In a hologram, each part contains the information of the whole. The universe is like a hologram. Every being, every atom reflects the totality." Ask yourself, if everything is an expression of the same consciousness, how would it change the way you relate to other beings, to nature, to yourself? To integrate all this, I invite you to a brief yet powerful practice. Sit comfortably, gently close your eyes, and take 3 deep breaths. Now observe your thoughts as if they were clouds in the sky. Do not judge them, do not hold on to them, do not push them away, just let them pass. Silently repeat within, "I am not my thoughts, I am the consciousness that observes them." Remain in that silence for a few moments. Feel the peace that arises when you stop identifying with the flow of the mind. Today, you have remembered something essential. You are not only your ego. You are not only your mind. You are the self. You are the consciousness in which all experience arises. When you live from this place, life becomes lighter, fuller, more real. Spirit Wisdom thanks you for being here. If this message resonated with you, subscribe, share it, and tell us in the comments. Which thoughts feed your ego the most, and what happens when you observe them from the silent consciousness that you are? May you remember your true nature today and always, and walk with the peace of one who knows they are not just the wave, but the entire ocean.